Hello and welcome to today's video. I wanted to talk about the progression of the game. I have a few people who have been asking how to progress in the game. They're usually stuck around level 70s, maybe sooner, or 50s, want to get some experience, and they don't know how to progress. So, let's start on the very first uh, mission, which is, or difficulty, easy. Easy, in my opinion, should be done if you're not familiar with Dungeon Defenders franchise and beating all the maps. As you can see, I haven't done it yet. I've only done Deeper Wells, mainly just so I did the tutorial, which you can also do in medium. Medium difficulty, in my opinion, should be if you're already familiar with tower defense genre, or at least familiar with Dungeon Defenders franchise and know a little bit how the game works and how you should build. And if you're not all that, you know, prepared or have played at least Dungeon Defenders 2, then I recommend going start with easy because it's going to be easier later on if you have more stats, higher levels. You can start on hard, though as you can see it suggests level 30. However, you can start on hard mode, hard difficulty, but I do not suggest that. Main reason is because hard starts are mainly for like veterans who know the game in and out, and it's a very difficult start. So if you wish to start the game new, start on medium if you're slightly familiar with Dungeon Defenders franchise or tower defense games, or at least know a little bit about the franchise. Otherwise, start on easy just so you can gear up to hard. Once you reach insane, and yeah, I'm still keeping in campaign since the start. You will reach insane, which your first real difficulty should be throne room. If you reach throne room and struggle, I would encourage you to go back to ancient mines or even magus quarters on survival. As you can see, I haven't done it because I didn't need to, but it is an option to gear up um beginning. But yeah, insane should be easy if you have at least one DPS character, and I will talk about those at the end of the video. Then in insane you should also start gearing a little more because nightmare is going to be difficult. It is. You get new enemies, element stat actually gets a damage increase, and physical damage gets a damage decrease. Once you're in Nightmare, I would honestly suggest going to Pure Strategy. On Pure Strategy, I did Ramparts and Summit and Royal Gardens. I didn't know why it wasn't checkmarked, or maybe I'm just blind. I have mainly done Royal Gardens on it. I have done Pure Strategy until level 90. Then I went back to campaign, beat Nightmare because I did struggle on Summit, and then I reached Massacre, which is going to be a very painful experience to beat all the maps on. However, now we have Pure Strategy Massacre, so it should be easier. Why Pure Strategy though? I will talk about it later. So let's talk about mixed mode. Mixed mode gives you 6% more quality, loot quality than survival. In mixed mode, you don't have boss waves, so you only need to beat it up to wave 25. However, the catch is that all enemies can spawn out of any door. Um, and also the main enemy is also the skeletons, which have to be killed 3 times, and they also are immune to auras and some tower for some reason. They just don't want to get targeted. So you will have to kill them yourself using a weapon and DPS character. Okay, now to show you pure strategy, I will be using Royal Gardens as a showcase to see how I built it, and it was the main area where I geared up. I'm going to be doing a wave 23 start. You're obviously going to have a wave 1 start and have to build up to wave 25. The reason it's easier is because pure strategy only has mainly weaker enemies. So your best friend, I showed you before, is going to be a huntress with the fused poison traps in general. While sitting here and waiting for the first two ogres or one ogre to show up, I forgot how many show up on wave 25. I've been thinking, can you actually have big enough wall? Well, if you have big enough auras, you can place them closer to this bridge and closer to this bridge, and they should meet somewhere near the middle, which is when you can have a 6 DU overclock beam. You can also have a I don't think even an ogre showed up. Wow. But yeah, you can actually buff them both so that you can have the auras also hitting the middle, and that means you do not need a fourth aura stack over here. And let's see what kind of items I get. An actually decent giraffe. But yeah, as you can see, you can still get pretty decent gear that you can farm over here. This is usually my what I did for leveling up to level 90. And so another tip that I wanted to present to you is once you reach summit, I'm currently on hard. I put on hardcore and rifted for just because as long as you have hardcore on, it will yield better quality of drops. So you should do that if you feel comfortable enough to defeating the map with the boss without dying. I mean, you can't even beat it if you die, you know? So if you die, it's best if you don't do hardcore, because defeating the boss is a high priority. That you will see me completely obliterate because I have 100 meters on it. Just because I'm using I can even equip to show you, a striking gem, gemstones, pets in general. I'm going to be showing you the more important pets that you should be trying to get, especially once you hit hard, maybe insane, and dead. The beauty of overgearing. So, once you reach, let's say hard would be a good point to start looking for gemstones. Now this is a powerful gemstone, not as useful. However, gemstones are good. You might want to rerun Summit a couple of times to get gemstones. See, the one that I got from hard allows me to upgrade some vitality. Let's see, how much would that be? Okay, so that's as much as it would basically allow me to do. It would upgrade 2 defenses, giving it 84% bonus defense damage. That is still really, really powerful, really good. Because, like, in the end game, you can see the bonus caps at 101%. Now, the reason my striking caps at 101.47 compared to this one, 101.36, is because my current striking is from before patch 1.3, and now after patch 1.3 they downscaled the cap, but it doesn't matter as long as you have 101% bonus of the stat. And yeah, you can get powerful, you can get the striking, you can get the speedy, and the fortify one, sturdy. So you can get bonus armor, bonus defense range, bonus defense rate, and bonus defense power. These are going to be your bread and butter to making your towers way stronger. So, first of all, Huntress is going to be your best friend. On each map, the way you would like to start. Oh my god, my range. Okay, this is going to be a huge range. You will want a poison trap and a darkness trap behind it. As you can see, all the enemies are going to be staggered and not going to be doing anything, giving you more than enough time to kill them. And they will also create a natural obstacle that you'll be able to fight Ogre while they are stunned. However, because I'm way too overgeared, my current duration is going to be 68 seconds. Yours is probably going to be around the 10-second mark, but still the 10 seconds and the activation, which is going to be what, like on a 1 second reset, could be 2 seconds, is going to give you more than enough stall so that you can kill the spiders that are going to be running around trying to kill your walls, and give you more than enough time to kill the weaker enemies. So about DPS characters, you can choose between a couple. I'm gonna quickly throw out my DPS Huntress, my DPS Monk, and that's my only DPS characters that I have currently. So as you can see, my DPS Monk has rifted armor. Yes, he does have rifted armor because he is also doubling as my ensnare aura builder, unlike my Huntress, which is just pure on attack. So Monk, the way I personally build Monk, because he is the most versatile out of every character, in my opinion. His weapon, the Drake Tooth, that drops only on Massacre, mind you, is a very good weapon because you can just max fusion damage or elemental and projectile count. It'll do a fair bit of damage. And the pet that I usually use is either a striking gem or a speedy gem to increase the defense range or the defense rate of ours. I have him spec'd in Vitality on the rune powers, and my current stats look like this. Nothing special, really. The main important thing is when you get DPS characters is that your armor on Rifted is 27, 27, 26, 26, so that you can reach that armor cap of 75%. Because if I unequip this one, it'll drop to 44. Even though I obviously have more than 44% armor, you need to reach about 120, maybe 130% total, so that because gear gets downscaled. So to be safe, do 27, 27, 26, 26 on rifted armors, because you only get a 30% increase in stats on a set bonus, but on normal gear, you do 25, 25, 24, 24 to get the same 75% armor cap. For my hunches, I personally chose to go with a Dracoon, so I will have to get myself a Chimera Shot, and the Chimera Shot drops on Campaign and Survival, on Massacre, Alchemical Labs. Um, However, if I want the Dracoon or the Dragon Tooth or Drake Tooth, it's from the Summit. These two maps. Basically, a quick explanation. If you want a weapon which scales with uh, the ranged damage, you want to do Alchemical Labs. If you want an elemental damage weapon, you do Summit. Now, what is the difference? The difference is that an elemental damage, or fusion damage in my case, does not scale with attack. I have 5500 attack, and it's a literally pointless, useless stat for me right now. which is why I would want to get a sorry, not Dragoon, a Chimera shot so that I can do physical damage with it. Physical damage is just what we say for the ranged damage stat. Now, with the reason why Monk is so easy to create a DPS character is because you can put Vitality in your rune powers, your weapon can be elemental, your armor can be spec'd into maximum range, of course, armor max, and you can have him as an ensnare aura builder. You can do the same with DPS Huntress. I just haven't done that yet. And another cool thing about Monk, why I chose him personally as my main character, is that his skill and boost can get to the point that you want without needing to spec anything into it. From my armors alone and my weapons and accessories, I get 1275 skill, which should increase tower damage by 2.5%, 2.5 times. And if I use my boost, it should increase my ally, um, so my damage, my pet, and my ally damage by 3 times. And scaling gets super, super bad after it, and you can literally min max a monk the easiest.